Hi, everybody. So I think that Athens could really benefit from investing in renewable energy infrastructure like Freiburg has. There is a winter season which might reduce sun hours, but I did learn that Greece receives 3,000 sun hours each year, which is nearly double what Germany receives. My first concern was that Athens might not have a lot of available surface area for PV panels. I was relieved of this concern after looking at pictures of modern architecture and seeing a lot of flat roofs. Perhaps most of the buildings in the city could partially supply their own energy in the future. My second concern is that there's a lot of poverty in Athens. Homes are a large source of energy use, yet solar power would probably not be accessible to most of the residents. Athens is also on the coast of the Aegean Sea, which I assumed receives a lot of wind. I looked this up and learned that Greece receives meltemi or Etesian winds, which are very strong northern winds that blow during the summer season. So wind might prove to be a better energy alternative for Athens than it did in Freiburg. My concern with wind power is once again that there are not enough wide open spaces within Athens to install wind farms. Offshore turbines might be a better option for the dense city. I also believe that Athens might be able to harness hydropower as an energy source since they're in close proximity to the sea and could potentially use mountain heights as natural hydropower infrastructure if there are water sources nearby. Athens could also potentially build CHP plants, but they don't have very many economic forests, so wood chips wouldn't be a sustainable option like in Freiburg. One thing Greece is not short of is landfills, so those could be a great CHP site. I think Athens could also take note from Curitiba's waste reduction policies. Athens has a huge waste problem, which is exacerbated by tourism. To reduce landfill waste, the city could invest in municipal recycling programs and develop something similar to the Green Exchange program, since I'm sure a lot of roads in Athens are small and difficult for garbage trucks to get to, as was the case in Curitiba. Maybe Grecian farmers would participate in produce exchanges for residents, but I think particularly local restaurants could benefit from a program like this, where they could recycle and then receive produce to cut food costs. My main concern with this is that tourists are a huge source of garbage, and I'm not sure that they would feel encouraged to exchange recyclable waste for produce. I think there has to be a way to curb tourist landfill contributions as well. And finally, although I tend to feel a little bit restricted when a lot of policies are put into place, as long as I can see that such policies are aimed at protecting the environment and our future, I think I could adjust my personal behaviors to strict governance. One of the main issues I have with changing my unsustainable behaviors today is having to do so on my own and do my own research and work against a society that does not prioritize sustainability. I think that probably with strict sustainable governance would come more accessible and normalized resources, systems, and policies that would make it convenient to match my personal behaviors to meet my city's priorities. The main drawback for me is the cost of living. I don't see myself ever making enough money to live in those places. That's a little bit sad. Thank you.